Have you ever spun a penny? Go on, think about what happens. You give it a spin. It stands upright, it starts to wobble, the wobble gets faster, and then it falls over. That's pretty normal because eventually it starts to run out of energy. Simple. So let me ask you something. What if it didn't? Weird, isn't it? At first, it looks like a coin, but then it starts doing something your brain doesn't really expect. It leans further and further over. The wobble gets faster, the pitch it gets higher, and somehow it looks like it's speeding up, even though it's actually running out of energy. And then that happens. Now, when we first saw one of these, I had exactly the same question most people do. What on earth is this thing? This is actually a spalling disc, and despite what a lot of people assume, it's actually a surprisingly modern invention. The version most people know today was created in the late 1980s by an engineer called Joseph Bendick. Now, here's the bit I love. Joseph wasn't trying to invent a famous physics demonstration. He wasn't trying to create a desk toy. He simply noticed that something that everyone else ignored. Joseph worked at Hughes Aircraft in California, where they used heavy precision polishing chucks, and one day he rolled one across a smooth surface. Most people would have looked at it, thought, that's pretty interesting, and got on with their day. But Joseph didn't. So the question refused to leave him alone. Why did it move like that? Why did it keep going? And what was actually happening? That curiosity turned into years of experimenting. Different shapes, different materials, different surfaces, prototype after prototype, until eventually that obsession became the spalling disc. But here's the biggest misconception. Leonhard Euler didn't invent it. In fact, he never even saw one. He'd been dead for over 200 years before Joseph built it. So why did he name it after Euler? Because Euler's work on rotational motion and rigid body mechanics lay the mathematical foundations that explain what is happening here, which I think is brilliant. A mathematician from the 1700s helping explain an invention from the 1980s. Now here's the part that really surprised me. For something that's basically just a lump of metal rolling around on a piece of glass, it's inspired decades of scientific papers. Seriously. Physicists spent years arguing over a deceptively simple question. Why does it look like it's speeding up just before it stops? And as you'll see in the next part, the answer is far stranger than you'd expect.